In the next few minutes, I'll be teaching you some tips and tricks in the FreeCAD Sketcher to become faster and more productive at sketching. Let's get straight into it. Double click to select unselect geometry that's connected. We have this geometry here. If I double click an edge, all connected edges will be selected. If I single click, I can unselect them, or if I double click again after selecting it, we can unselect everything. This means you don't have to go around and select all the edges. Or if we're creating something like an offset, something like this, then we can double click the edge, select all of it, right click, offset, and let's say I don't want this part going around here. I can break the two end arcs, selecting them, hitting delete on the keyboard, and then double select geometry and hitting delete. The points have to be coincident. They don't have to have a coincident constraint. So here you can see if I place this line coincident to this point but not connected, and that's make sure they are coincident. I'm going to add the constraint and then delete the constraint. You can see it's in black, so it's not connected. If I double click now, all connected lines will be selected. Box select left, right. If we have geometry, we can box select from left to right. Anything within the box will be selected. It has to be fully within the box. So if we look here, the geometry we can see is the top edge. That's fully within that box, and so are the 2 points that connect the edge. If we come down and make sure the right hand edge is within the box, that will be selected as well. If we want to add to it, we just select another one. So I have the top edge of this rectangle and these edges here. Reverse box select right to left. Box selection left to right must have the geometry within the selection. If we select right to left, any geometry touching that selection will be selected. Left to right, geometry within, right to left, geometry touching. In the Sketcher, you don't need to hold Control to multi-select. When we select elements, it gets added to something called the Hungry selection. So I've selected the top, right side, and right side here. If I select them again, they get removed from the Hungry selection. This can be combined with box selections and the double click, and also the same for removal. Through this selection, we're not holding down the Control key. It's just a left mouse click. Moving connected geometry. With the different selections, it can make it easy to move geometry. If we try to move this rectangle, we can move it with just one selection by selecting the edge. But if we select all, we can move the whole rectangle as one. Moving points whilst keeping distance. So if I delete the bottom edge here, click on it, hit delete, and move this point, say about here, I can take these 2 points and drag them, and they'll maintain the distance. Constraining multiple points at once. Instead of constraining points one by one, say this point and the horizontal axis, using coincident constraint, instead we can select multiple points. So if I want to constrain both these points, the horizontal axis, I'll select them first, and then use the coincident constraint. If we place a number of points in line, then box select them to select them all, and then use the horizontal vertical constraint. Depending on where they lay, it will place in either horizontal or vertical constraint, keeping them all in line. Toggling active and disabled constraints. Let's take this rectangle here. Let's first get rid of these arcs and these lines. Let's say we had some hidden geometry. Let's say behind this line. We'll quickly create a line and connect it up coincident to the endpoints. If these were connected, and we can move this, but we don't see the line behind, we can disable constraints. If this was fully constrained, something like this, Then within, we know there's a line here. I can disable this constraint with the coincident constraint just by making sure nothing's selected, selecting the line, hovering over some blank space, right click and select associated constraints. All constraints for that line are selected. I can then right click and toggle constraint. The constraint is now deactivated. I can take the line and pull it across, and underneath I can see the geometry that I don't need. I select it, hit delete. On the left hand side I can see the constraints. The ones that are deactivated are grayed. We just highlight the line, right click, select associated constraints, or we can select them from the list, and then right click again and toggle constraint. And that snaps it back into position. When it comes to keyboard shortcuts, I try to keep those to a minimum. I'm too scarred from the Blender tutorials. Select A, select B, select C, select H. It feels like a multiple choice exam, and it's really hard to remember. But there is a couple of shortcuts that I tend to use. If you're just going to use one, then I suggest the coincident shortcut, which is C in the sketcher. So if I added a line, and I wanted to make these 2 points coincident, I'll highlight them and hit C on the keyboard. And straight away you can see I can quickly add the coincident constraint. This is great if geometry is disconnected. Let's say we delete these and we take this constraint here and hit delete on the keyboard, another shortcut that I use, and you can see it's black, they're not connected. We just click and highlights both those points underneath, and then hit C on the keyboard. Learning more keyboard shortcuts in the sketcher is pretty simple. We just hover over the buttons at the top, and the pop-up will tell us what keys to press. So there's a few time-saving tips. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope to see you in the next one. If you like what you see and you want to donate to the channel, then you can do so via Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi at ko-fi.com/MANG0, or via PayPal at paypal.com/paypalme/DarrenBEstone. I also run a Patreon where you can get early access and additional content, and that's at patreon.com/MangoJellySolutions. Links can be found in the channel header, on the About page, or in the descriptions of these videos. I thank everybody that's donated so far. It really helps to keep the lights on so I can produce more content and also expand the channel. Thank you for liking, commenting and subscribing to these videos, and I hope to see you again in the next one.